on our way to have a nice walk like we normally do. Let me see if I can, if it's not too dark, I can take you some footage of what it looks like at the marina. So let's go walk. There goes Andrew. The first set of robots. We cross the road and we generally go down to the marina over there. So stick around and let's see what other pretty things I can show you. This is the mosque that's right opposite our accommodation. Yep. There's more sports cars here than what I've seen in my entire world. It's actually very nice. I think the first few times we walked around along the plaza, Andrew had whiplash. This part of our walk is very interesting because there's birds, people, you must hear them. Do you hear them? I have no idea where they are. I love it. We're still by the marina. And then there is some statues along here. Sorry, Andrew isn't stopping for me to film this. And along the plaza by the beachfront, there's always also statues. There we go. And we're still walking. In the front there is the bridge that we cross. Can't really go closer because there's a guy gymming, and in Dubai you're not allowed to video other people, so we're showing respect. But there, look how nice and pretty the gardens are. There's a nice little gym where you can go gym outside. And over here we enter the bottom part of the plaza and we exit right at the top, so we generally pick up a nice coffee here by one of these many restaurants that's open at this time of the morning. Where's my coffee? Where's your coffee? Coffee. Okay, this is us reaching the top end of the plaza, and it is exceptionally clean today. It's gorgeous, but look at the nice sky, and we have our coffee. It's now 5:30, so it takes us about an hour to walk this circle, and then we hit the gym at 6 o'clock. Well, mostly Andrew, but I'll join him today. And we do a light little workout before the day starts. So I'll see you when we hit the gym. Right, we're back home. We generally just lounge around for a bit, and then just before 6 we head out to our little gym that's here in the building. Most buildings in Dubai have a little gym in-house that you utilize. So, waiting for 6 o'clock, and then I'll show you a little bit of our morning workout. Okay, it's just before 6 o'clock. I look a mess. It is what it is. It's just before 6 o'clock, and me and Andrew are off to gym. Yay. And then at about 6:30. They just locked us out of the house. No. Right, we got a guard. We could get back into the room. And this is the little gym. Some nice weights. So yeah. Hello. Let's see what we're doing today. I don't do much. I only do a light workout. But look at me. But I go quite heavy with the weights, and I do like 3 or 4 different types of exercises, and that's about it. Andrew locked himself out of the room, so let me take his card down for him quickly. Give him his card, and I will see you on the other side. Okay. Love you. Andrew and I really try our hardest to wake up each morning at the same time and go to bed each night at the same time. For the longest time, this was 4 a.m. in the morning and bedtime was 8 p.m. We practice simple living and minimalism, and we find that this practice does allow for more time to do things we love and enjoy, rather than stuffing our social calendar to the max and sitting on the sidelines having outside activities dictate our lives. And we find that if we rise early to exercise, our days are more productive, and there are studies showing that waking up early each day is helpful for your circadian rhythm, concentration, productivity, and so much more. The problem we are currently facing is that Andrew's getting home later than what he did in South Africa, and then he still does work after dinner. This is forcing our natural life cycle to wake up later in the mornings but be up later at night. And we currently do not exercise as diligently as we used to because of it. Now, that being said, I am an early riser, but I need to give Andrew the time to sleep and reset, as we live in a very small space and he works outside of the house. As someone that likes to practice slow living, this is a good example of our life's chapters always ebbing and flowing through various cycles. These life cycles look different from month to month or year to year. The important thing to notice is the changes, and then instead of fighting them, just lean into them and make small adjustments to get to where you want to be with things you do in your life. This does not cost money, just sometimes a bit of dedication and setting of alarms to do what you plan to do when you schedule it in your day. I encourage you to change up things in your morning routine to see if it will be a better fit for the vision you have for the life you dream of living. And remember that what we want for our lives we cannot have when we do not do anything about it. Because we also need to be realistic about what we can achieve with segments of times in our lives. For example, I saw a short where a lady said her kids always get home hungry from school, and then they snack to the point where they don't want to eat dinner. So now she feeds them dinner when they get home after school. And if they still want to snack later, then she does not have to worry about it spoiling their dinner. This is a small change with a large impact, but is still part of our everyday life and very easily accomplished. So, I can see a need in my morning routine to make changes and need to implement them. Changes are never nice and rarely fits into an already established routine. But if I want to live the life I want, I, for now, need to say goodbye to my beloved early morning walks and do what is realistic for me. Drop in the comments what your morning routine looks like and if you made any changes to it recently, or if you're thinking of making any changes to it. If you made it this far into the video, I would like to thank you for your support, as watching the video to the end and interacting with me is the best way you can support my channel.
Okay, so we got a bit full, we went for a walk, we got home, got a coffee. That's a habit that I'm gonna have to stop. And after gym, I come home at about 6:30 to start his meal, his breakfast. And like anything in life, this ebbs and flows. This is not a cast in stone type of routine, morning routine, but in general, it sort of ebbs and flows into that same pattern. Like we will get up over weekends, it might be later, because nothing in the Cayman opens early. In the Cayman, everything opens at about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not saying Cayman, Dubai. Too many countries, too little time. Okay, so there's not really an early morning culture in Dubai. You definitely have a few guys that do early morning runs and walks and cycles, but in general, it only starts getting busy from about 7, 8 with all the exercise people, and then the ones that just go to the shops only starts coming out at about lunchtime. The shops are very quiet before lunchtime, which we enjoy because we're early risers, we get stuff done early. But after Andrew leaves for work, that's a good 2.5 hours or basically 2 hours, with the last half an hour of him getting ready. So there's a good hour, 2 hours in the mornings that we're together. We spend time together, we talk, we do Bible study, we pray. So it's a nice time for us. We started off together. And then he goes off to work, and I most often climb back into bed. And I either read or I YouTube or I brainstorm or whatever until about 9, if I'm lazy, 10 o'clock. We get up, run through the house. This morning I need to return something, so I've already showered, I finish up my makeup and my hair, and I'll be heading out the door to go to the Dubai Marina Mall. And I'm somewhere going to walk over. It's quite close. Well, not suppose close is relevant for people. I could catch a tram and go over. I'm not going to. I'm just going to walk it, get some exercise in. But in any case, this is what my morning routine is looking like. We've had it for many years. It looks different through different seasons in our lives, but in general, this is a very average morning for us. So it's not always fun getting up at 4, but it's definitely fun when you're motivated and in a routine and looking forward to it. Until next week, guys, enjoy living life. Bye.